So we pulled the outlet out of the box, but I'm gonna turn off the power because right now these are hot. So we're gonna go turn off the power and then we're gonna change out the outlet. Okay, so now the power is off, as you can see. So when changing an outlet, you have your hot wires coming in and you have your neutrals, which are, neutrals are the white ones usually, and the black ones are the hot. Not always, sometimes if it's some kind of reverse polarity situation going on, maybe the white ones are also a hot going out to somewhere else or whatever the situation, however they wired it. But in general, the black ones are your hot, the white ones are your neutral, the green one is your ground. So basically we can see here, these black ones are hots. We know that, but just checking them, we could see that the power is off. And also over here on the neutrals, I can even check and yeah, obviously they're off. But I did turn it off at the panel, so we know that the power is off. But anyways, just to double check is always good. And so I'm going to disconnect these. One thing about the outlets are that the hot goes to the gold. And on the other side, look over here, the screws are going to be silver. Well, at least on the new outlets. The neutral side will be silver, and then on the hot side, the screws will be gold. So that's one thing that you can look for when you're wiring them back up. But right now we're just taking off the wire. So just gonna unloosen all these. Sometimes it's a little difficult because it's okay, and then so here's our neutral side. And as you can see, both neutrals are on the same side, both the hots are on the same side. And the reason for that is there's this copper plate right here, so which connects this one and this one. So these two are connected through this copper plate down below here. So sometimes what people will do is they'll actually snip this little piece of copper right here to separate these two. So if like underneath a kitchen sink where you want a garbage disposal, let's say on one that's constantly hot, maybe for a dishwasher, and the other one can flip on and off on a switch for the garbage disposal, then you can just cut that. But that is kind of Mickey Mouse work. I don't recommend, doing Mickey Mouse work. You want your stuff up to code. And definitely check with your local code. But that's just kind of how an outlet works. So just so you know. All right, and then we have our new outlets here. We have a big box of them. So this is gonna be our new outlet. Now, like I said, it's kind of easier to see on these ones, but you can see here that there's one side that has the gold screws and the other side has the silver screws. So these silver screws are for your neutral, for your white ones, and these gold side is for the black ones. Okay, very important. So it's pretty simple. I mean, we got two black wires coming out, so those two black ones will go to the two gold screws, and these two white ones will go to these two silver screws, and obviously this copper one here, the ground, is going to go to this green one, and that's it. And then we're going to push it back in the wall, and that's that. Obviously, we already have these from the previous people, how they had it curved already like that. On your wire strippers, they probably have a little hole. See that little hole right there? That's meant to be able to put the wire and turn it and get it just how you want it, you know, to make that little curve there. But since these are already curved, we can probably just use that, just like it is. And so, get these ones out of my way. We'll start with these hot ones. And also you want to have the curve going in the same direction that you're tightening them. So clockwise, you know, to tighten the screw, you want that curve to kind of wrap that same direction, so it kind of tightens it into it, so that as you tighten it, it's not like making it come out and you're not fighting it. So just tighten that up. And you really don't want too much of the wire coming out not insulated. So they just have the right amount cut of the insulated part of this cut off, so that just the metal's touching metal and there's not too much back here to tap to get to touch together or touch against a box or whatever. So good thing is whoever did it previously had it all set up for us. And all we have to do is tighten it on. Make sure it's up against that screw real good and in place, because you don't want a bad contact, you know? You want it to be nice and up and under the screw. And next, Corin's gonna be doing one, and it's gonna be his first time. So he's learning along with you guys, and we'll go ahead and watch him do his first one. So if he can do it, you can do it. Think of that. I mean, he's a good worker, but if anybody can do it their first time, you know, anybody can do it. This one's done. And when you put it back in the wall, just make sure you have it the right way up, obviously. And we're just gonna shove this back in the wall there. To about where the screws are gonna hit. And the drill here. Now, before you go all the way too tight, make sure you're nice and straight, because it has a little bit of wiggle room before you get it all the way tight there. But it looks good. So continue to tighten this one in. And there you go. And now all we got to do is put on the case, the plate around it. So that'll finish it off. But there you go. That's how to do electrical.